Hi, Virgo. Welcome to your June 2022 general tarot reading. It's Raina here. I'm really having these relationship drama situations. Why, I don't know. Start spreading the news. Well, all's well that ends well. Okay. Heart of the matter. 6 of Swords. Leaving behind drama. Choosing peace. This can actually be a card of physical relocation, so moving. I don't know how many of you have plans to move. It could be something along those. Oh, you know what? Your 4th house is Sagittarius. Guess what? There is a full moon in Sagittarius mid-month on the 14th. So could it be that you're moving? And maybe even separating, because we have here in the past position 2 of Cups. This is some kind of, well, it could be like you recently got engaged, committed to someone, moved in with someone. Maybe you're moving out, moving in, moving out. Doesn't mean that you could be moving with that person. I mean, there's a person right here. It's not like the person's alone necessarily. But I look here at the higher message, and we have the 8 of Swords. I feel like what came into my mind was wherever you go, there you are. So you can move. You can leave a situation. You can walk out in a huff, but you still have to you still have to live with yourself. That was what I wanted to say, but it sounded like I was saying, oh, you did something really bad. What I mean is that you may be with somebody who isn't treating you properly and you really should leave. But the thing is, it's like it can be this constant situation where this happens, where you're with somebody who doesn't treat you as you deserve to be treated. So eventually you have to be able to see what the patterns are so that you can change it, so it's not just like a revolving door situation. And the higher message is the 8 of Swords. I think, and I already picked this up, but I wanted to kind of expound upon this and say that you may have to get over some old tapes that are in your head that are have programmed you to believe certain things that are not true about yourself. Virgo. A lot of Virgo people are hard on themselves. They're perfectionists. They think that making a mistake is some kind of a sin, a crime. It's not. It's part of being human. And how you accept your mistakes will show you how far you've come. Because a lot of us can relate to the 8 of Swords. A lot of us, I think the vast majority of people have been conditioned in a negative way. How many people are conditioned in a positive way to believe the best of life? Probably not too many, but there are some. And I think those people tend to, live very, have very successful lives because they're coming from families that are very positive themselves, and they train their children to, to really believe that they can accomplish amazing things. Whereas a lot of parents are coming from their own trauma, and they really, sometimes it has nothing to do with being malicious. They honestly don't think a lot of things are possible. So they pass on that sense of limitation onto their offspring. And it's up to all of us to break that, I was going to say generational curse, or whatever you want to call it, that pattern, to be able to put that to rest. And yes, it does take time, because you have to know exactly how you've been programmed and be able to separate your beliefs from somebody else's beliefs. So, what crosses you is the Nine of Wands. Perhaps you don't. Perhaps you have porous boundaries, Virgo, which are associated with your opposite sign, Pisces. Actually, that idea of porous boundaries, because Pisces is very much about not having, about dissolving, things, not about having kind of very, specific boundaries. And Virgo, I think, kind of has similar issues sometimes, where and this is because it's not so much because you're in victim mode, it's because you want to be of service and you feel like, hey, if I can help somebody and they need me, you might need to feel needed, and that can be problematic too. So you have to really check yourself if you're feeling this need to be needed and saying, okay, whoa, what's going on here? Why am I feeling this way? Is this appropriate? And chances are you'll say to yourself, I don't want to be needed, because that means the other person will be dependent on me. I want to be, and me helping them in that context is not going to be good for them. I'll be enabling them. I'm not going to be really helping them. So being able to kind of sort through these issues as it pertains to relationship is very important. You might get somebody who you thought was right for you, and the more time you spent with them, you realize that it's not going to be good. So getting away or leaving that situation would be the right choice, but you have to resist the temptation if they contact you and they try to worm their way back into your life. That's what I'm, kind of trying to get at. What's coming in is the Four of Wands. This is the happy home. Now, the happy home can be you in a studio apartment all alone. Doesn't have to be some big castle mansion like is depicted in this picture. The point is that when you are in a situation where you're not in a happy marriage, this card is a card of marriage too, but also just the home front. When you're in an unhappy relationship, you can live in a mansion and dread going home. When you're at peace with yourself, you can live in an RV, a studio apartment, a very small space. Rent a room, and you can be in utter bliss because you have that sense of yourself. You have, the Wands connects with autonomy. And the last two cards, the last three cards I picked were all fire energies with the Wands. And it's all about autonomy. And even when you're with someone, like the Two of Cups, even when you give your heart to someone, it shouldn't mean that you sign away your autonomy. And if you are with someone that is making you feel oppressed, like the Eight of Swords, then you need to be the one to cut yourself loose. And when you do, you will find yourself feeling a sense of relief. And the outcome card certainly goes along with that. Start spreading the news. Page of Wands, a message that is like good news being received. The offer of a job, some kind of something that makes you grin from ear to ear. The start of a new enterprise that is very joyful for you. So that can really feel like a sense of adventure. That's kind of what the fire element means to me as well. Okay, great. I'm glad that I picked that card. I hope you enjoyed this, Virgo. If you would like a personal reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.